Some albums don't just push boundaries, they obliterate them completely, leaving behind a sonic landscape that redefines what rock music can be. King Crimson's Larks Tongues in Aspic is one of those rare records that changes everything. Released on March 23, 1973, this is not music for the faint of heart. This is an album that demands your full attention, challenges every expectation, and rewards you with one of the most exhilarating experiences in progressive rock history. After the end of the Islands tour in April 1972, Robert Fripp disbanded King Crimson's fourth lineup. The band that had featured Mel Collins, Boz Burrell, and Ian Wallace was gone. Fripp wanted something entirely different, darker, more experimental, more dangerous. What emerged was perhaps the most formidable lineup in King Crimson's history. On July 19, 1972, the music world received shocking news. Bill Bruford, Yes's drummer at the absolute peak of their commercial success, was leaving to join King Crimson. Close to the Edge had just been recorded and would reach number 4 in the US charts. Yet Bruford walked away from platinum-selling success for the unpredictable chaos of Crimson. His reasoning was simple. King Crimson was one of the only gigs for a rock drummer where you could play in 17/16 and still stay in decent hotels. He even had to buy his way out of Yes, donating his brand new drum cases and half his royalties from Close to the Edge to incoming drummer Alan White. Joining Bruford were John Wetton on bass and vocals, formerly of Family, violinist and keyboardist David Cross, whom Fripp had met at a Waves rehearsal, and the wild card, Jamie Muir, a free improvising percussionist who brought African thumb pianos, sheet metal, chains, musical saws, and controlled chaos to the band. The fifth member of this lineup would remain for only one album, but his impact would be immeasurable. Richard Palmer James, formerly of Supertramp, became the band's new lyricist, replacing Peter Sinfield. Unlike Sinfield, Palmer James was not an official band member. He simply sent lyrics via mail and played no part in artistic or sonic decisions. The new lineup began rehearsals in September 1972. By October 13th, they were already performing at the Zoom Club in Frankfurt, then embarked on an extensive UK tour through mid-December. The audiences who came expecting to hear 21st Century Schizoid Man and other familiar material got something entirely different. Brand new compositions dominated by improvisation. These were the songs that would become Larks Tongues in Aspic, being refined and perfected in front of live audiences for months before entering the studio. Recording took place at Command Studios in London from January to February 1973. The band had carte blanche to experiment, and they used every moment of it. The album's title came from Jamie Muir himself. When someone asked him how he would describe the sound, "Larks Tongues in Aspic" was his enigmatic answer. The recording sessions captured something extraordinary. This was a band at the height of their powers, pushing the boundaries of what rock music could be. They drew from European free improvisation, modernist classical music, jazz fusion, and heavy metal, creating a sound that had never been heard before. Bruford later cited the 6 months Muir was in the band as highly influential on his development as a drummer. The album opens with 3 minutes of Muir's mbira, African thumb piano, and glockenspiel, while Cross's violin sets an eerie, otherworldly tone. Then Fripp enters with dissonant guitar tones, and suddenly Muir and Bruford launch a full-scale assault. The transition is devastating. Wetton's wah-wah bass comes pummeling in like a bat out of hell, and all hell breaks loose. The band channels Mahavishnu Orchestra's intensity and Herbie Hancock's Headhunters-era experimentation through stop-and-go changes that feel like controlled explosions. This isn't just music, it's a statement of intent. After the chaos, we get this moment of unexpected beauty. Wetton's tender vocals and the gentle instrumental arrangement create a respite. It's proof that this band could do delicate and introspective just as masterfully as they did aggressive and confrontational. Co-written by David Cross, this track is heartbreaking and sublime. The piece began as an improvisation between band members, with Wetton and Cross contributing additional piano and flute, respectively. It's a gorgeous, melancholic journey that builds slowly and naturally, showcasing the band's ability to create emotionally resonant prog without losing their experimental edge. Side 2 kicks off with this jazzy, sarcastic take on capitalism and sleaze. The 7/4 time signature keeps everything delightfully off-kilter, with a Brechtian cabaret feel that's simultaneously accessible and deeply weird. This percussion-driven piece builds tension relentlessly, with Bruford and Muir creating tribal rhythms that grow increasingly frenetic. It's a masterclass in dynamics and restraint, knowing exactly when to hold back and when to explode. And then comes the finale. This is where everything converges. All the experimentation, all the aggression, all the technical mastery. The unison playing is breathtakingly difficult, with lightning-fast tempo changes and dynamic shifts that would become a King Crimson trademark. It's expansive, explosive, and absolutely relentless. When it ends, you're left stunned, exhausted, and exhilarated. The album was released on March 23, 1973, through Island Records in the UK and Atlantic Records in the US. It reached number 20 in the UK and number 61 in the US, respectable numbers for such uncompromising music. Jamie Muir had already left the band in February 1973, shortly after recording finished, to enter a Buddhist monastery. His departure marked the end of this particular incarnation, though the remaining quartet would continue to create groundbreaking music on Starless and Bible Black and Red. This album grabbed me from the first listen and has never let go. There are records you admire, and then there are records that fundamentally rewire how you understand music. Larks Tongues in Aspic is the latter. Fripp's guitar tones are unique and sometimes abrasive, but that's exactly the point. Bruford's drumming is astonishing, complex, inventive, always in service of the music. Wetton provides both rockstar charisma and deep musical intelligence. Cross brings classical sophistication to the avant-garde chaos. And Muir? Muir is the wild card who makes everything unpredictable and dangerous. This album influenced everyone from Tool to Nirvana. Kurt Cobain cited King Crimson's Red as a major influence on In Utero. From Dream Theater to the Mars Volta. It ranks number 20 on Rolling Stone's 50 Greatest Prog Rock Albums of All Time, and appears in the book 1001 Albums You Must Hear Before You Die. Larks Tongues in Aspic is an absolute masterpiece. A 10 out of 10, no question. It's challenging, exhilarating, beautiful, and terrifying all at once. This is music that refuses to compromise, that demands everything from both the musicians and the listener. Nearly 52 years later, it still sounds like the future.